Today we're going to show you how to make your own cheese at home. So stay tuned. Hello, my name is Trishonna. These are my sisters, Emberly and Audrey, and we're the Benton Sisters. The last time we were together, we talked about the importance of drinking plenty of water. Today, I want to share with you the benefits of breathing air. We can go or live quite a few days without eating food, and we can even live without even drinking water for a few days. But you can only live a few minutes without breathing air. It's important to breathe air. And the type of air you breathe is important too. It not only helps you feel good, but clears your mind as well. There are two elements in the air that we breathe that I want to discuss, and that is the positive and the negative ions. Now, positive ions will make you feel negative, and negative ions will make you feel positive. Negative ions will come from the ocean, the raging waterfalls, from after a summer rain. Even up in the mountains near the redwood trees and things like this, you can find abundance of negative ions out in the open doors. Even sunlight helps to produce negative ions. And when you breathe in this fresh negative ions, it helps to rejuvenate your body, gives you a sense of well-being, clears your mind, and gives you a happy and a positive perspective on life. Now, negative ions, a lot of people aren't aware of the ill effects of the negative ions that come to us in ill-ventilated rooms. In our homes or in offices, when you don't have enough exchange of fresh oxygen, negative ions or positive ions do increase. And this will cause headaches, nasal congestion, sore throat, dizziness, and a lot of complications. And sometimes we aren't aware of what is happening to us. We might get a headache for some reason and think, well, I need to take an aspirin. But maybe if you just open up the window or take a brisk walk outside and get some fresh air, that might be all you need to take away your headache. So the next time you feel a little tired or you have a headache, try having some fresh air, drink some water, and get some exercise, and that might take it away. Today, we're going to share with you, first recipe is a nice patty recipe. Anybody want to tell us about it?
This recipe is called fried tofu, but we bake it in the oven instead of frying it. And the ingredients are 2 pounds of tub tofu, extra firm, fresh, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 cup of food yeast flakes, 1/2 cup of wheat germ, and 2 tablespoons of chicken seasoning. And this is taken out of the Benton Sisters cookbook. Okay, we have our tofu here that's been drained, and we'll just take it out of the package, and Audrey will add our seasonings to our bowl. We'll add our food yeast and our wheat germ and our chicken seasoning. This recipe is so easy and it's absolutely delicious.
Now, this mixture that you're putting together in the bowl, is that the breadcrumb dip mix that you would dip your patty in, or your tofu?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And then we're just going to stir up these ingredients and slice our tofu here and place it on a cookie sheet and bake it in the oven. It's so easy and it's absolutely delicious.
Well, that sounds simple enough.
Okay.
I want to share with you some benefits of tofu. Here's the contents. For 1/4 pound of tofu contains 86 calories, 9.4 grams of protein, 5 grams of fat, 2.9 milligrams of carbohydrates, 154 milligrams of calcium, 51 milligrams of iron, 8 milligrams of sodium, 50 milligrams of potassium, and a small amount of thiamine. So this has got a lot of nutrients in it. And what you're doing here is just dipping it in your breadcrumb mix that you made and putting it on a cookie sheet.
Mm-hmm.
And then you bake that in the oven for how long?
For half an hour. Depends upon what texture you like. Half an hour will make it nice and chewy and delicious. If you like a little softer, just don't bake it as long. Just bake it at 350. And we like doing it for half an hour.
Okay, so what are we going to demonstrate next?
Okay,
Are you going to go take that and bake it in the oven right now, right? Okay. So I think we're going to make artichoke salad next, right, Emberly?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, the ingredients are in our cookbook. I'll read them off for you. 1 package of rotini, 2 batches of our sour cream, and 3 tablespoons of lemon juice, 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning, 1 teaspoon of basil, 1/4 of a cup of red onions minced, and 1/2 of a cup of a red bell pepper chopped. 1 can of artichoke hearts and lemon juice, 2 cups of broccoli florets, now this is optional, 1 can of olives sliced, and lettuce leaves.
That sounds good.
Okay, we're going to add all of these ingredients to the blender. We have our tofu here, and we're using Morinu tofu.
Is this the sour cream that you're making from the cookbook?
Yes,
Okay.
we're making the sour cream at this time. And I'll let you see what the tofu looks like. And this is Morinu, extra firm.
A nice thing about that tofu is that it's silken, and it comes in a box container that's sealed and no light can penetrate through that container. So you can buy a whole bunch of that from a co-op or any place like a health food store, put it in your pantry and just let it sit there for whenever you need it. You don't have to worry about refrigerating it or anything. So that's really nice to have that on hand. It's silken. That way, when you blend it, it doesn't curdle. It gets really nice and creamy smooth and has a wonderful texture, and it works really good in making the sour cream.
We're going to add our salt and our lemon juice, and then we only need about just a little bit of water, just enough to blend. Okay, just cover it a little bit. That's good.
Okay.
And we'll blend it. Okay, and then we'll have our noodles, and we'll just pour this over.
And you already cooked up the noodles?
Yeah, they're pre-cooked, and we'll need to drain off the water. Here, give us that lid, and we'll just use.
I think I can do it without the lid.
Okay.
Might need it actually.
Okay, and then we'll pour it into a bowl and pour sour cream over the top, and we'll chop up our bell peppers and onions for this. And then we have our olives and our artichokes. These artichokes are really delicious. Their ingredients are just lemon juice and salt, and we don't want to tell us the harmful effects of vinegar.
Well, vinegar, a lot of people say, there's books out there I read about how vinegar is cure-all for all ailments, just a little bit of vinegar, a little bit of honey, and make that potion and drink it and it fixes everything. But I don't know how they can come up with that concept when there is so many bad side effects that you get from vinegar. A good friend of mine going to school in Loma Linda for getting his master's in health education, I was talking to him about vinegar, and he said that vinegar will pass through the lining of your stomach, bypassing digestion, go straight into the bloodstream, which produces alcohol in the blood. It will also leach your system from minerals and vitamins and calcium. And also, on the salivary gland, when you first eat like a pickle or something that has vinegar in it, it hampers or prevents the salivary gland from producing saliva, so it also impedes digestion. And so you don't want vinegar in your diet. Lemon juice is a good replacement for vinegar. It works just as wonderfully as vinegar does, but it's much better for you because vinegar, actually lemon juice has much more benefits for your health than vinegar does. So we like to use lemon juice in place of vinegar.
Okay. Okay, I'll let you chop up the onion, and I'm going to add our lemon juice to our noodles. And it calls for 3 tablespoons of lemon juice.
Now, what size would you like this chopped?
Minced.
Minced, okay.
Or small. Okay. And then we're going to add our seasonings. This is Italian seasoning and basil. We'll stir it in. And let's add our sour cream.
amylase is a digestive enzyme in the mouth that first brings a breakdown of complex carbohydrates and proteins into amino acids and sugar. The next, the stomach's digestive juices works on the proteins for 3 to 4 hours before it is ready to go into the bloodstream. Fats do not begin to be digested or broke down until they go into the intestines, and that's fine when it's in the form of the nut, but it doesn't work that well when it's in animal products because there's no digestive enzyme in the stomach to break down the fat. And so when the fat goes into the intestines and it's surrounding the protein, the fat globule will dissolve the bile will dissolve the full fat globule and then release it and transport the protein into the bloodstream undigested. That undigested protein in the bloodstream, the white blood cells will view this as a foreign body. They look at it as an enemy and they will fight against it. And so protein, when you have it in the animal products with fat, is not the ideal source of protein because of the hindrance in digestion. There's a number of damages or hazardous effects from too much protein in your diet from animal products, and I just want to read off the list of them for you now. There's 10 things of the damages that caused by too much protein. Number 1, it decreases the lifespan. Number 2, increases cancer risks. 3, it idles the metabolic engine at a faster rate. 4, it taxes the kidneys and liver. 5, is toxic to the joints, arteries, nerves, and brain. 6, too much protein has been linked to arthritis, senility, cancer, and osteoporosis. 7, too much protein can inflame the kidneys. 8, too much protein has been linked to nephritis, renal disease, and increasing enzyme activity, which wears out the body. Number 9, the ammonia produced by too much protein causes a toxic waste which, absorbed by the colon, increases the risk of colon cancer. And also the ammonia produced slows, this is number 10, slows the growth of normal cells whereby malignant cell growth is produced. And so you want to make sure that you don't get this protein problem in your diet by eating it from the animal products. You can get plenty of protein from, there's protein in tofu, there's lots of protein in your beans, and so there's plenty of protein in a natural vegan vegetarian diet without having to have meat products added to your diet. And this way you don't have to worry about having those hazardous effects.
Okay, we added the bell pepper to here. Okay, and we'll add the canned artichokes. Oh, and these give a really delicious flavor, and you want to have them, and we'll add the olives. And these are chopped artichokes.
That looks so good.
And you can slice the olives up or you can throw them in whole. Okay, and then we like to put broccoli in here. It's optional, you can leave it out if you like. And we'll just put the florets in. And then we'll add some lettuce to our bowl. And I'll put some wedges in the bowl.
I want to share something with you that I found from the Vegetarian Times. This was written in 1991. It's about what happens with the white blood cell in the vegetarians versus the non-vegetarians. It says, researchers tested the white blood cell's ability to fight cancer cells in both vegetarians and non-vegetarians. The result, the vegetarian white blood cell had more than double the ability to destroy cancer cells than non-vegetarians. More than double, that's cutting your chance from getting cancer by 50% just by going vegetarian, and even more by going vegan vegetarian. And why? Because the vegan vegetarian diet is the lowest diet in fat, and fat is linked to cancer risks. So that is encouraging to know that you can improve your immune system by having the fruits, nuts, grains, and vegetables, the natural foods, the natural way in your diet. Boy, that is sure beautiful looking. What are we going to demonstrate next?
We're going to show you how to make a gourmet sandwich, and we're going to make the cheese for this recipe.
Now we're going to ask our cousin Beth to come in and help us with this recipe. Come on in, Beth. Which cheese are we going to make today?
Pimento cheese,
Oh, that's good. Would you like to read off the ingredients list?
3/4 cup cashews, 2 tablespoons sesame seeds, 1 2-ounce jar of pimentos, 3 tablespoons Bragg's liquid aminos, 1 teaspoon yeast flakes, heaping, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1 teaspoon onion powder, 1 teaspoon garlic powder, 1/4 teaspoon dill weed, 4 tablespoons Iams kosher gel, 1/4 cup lemon juice, 1 cup boiling water.
Okay, let's get started. All right, here, Beth. Bring it over just so you can reach it and show us how it's done. Okay. Cashews. Oops. And then our coloring. This is our pimentos for color. Put that in. And then our sesame seeds. And then our Fuji's. And then our Ames. And how much lemon juice? Was it a teaspoon of lemon juice? You can dump the Ames in. Okay, here's our lemon juice. 1/4 of a cup of lemon juice. Okay, that's what it was. Okay. Okay, we're getting it in there. Okay, that's good. Thank you. Okay, and then our Bragg's. Now, Trishonna, tell us why we use Bragg's.
We like to use Bragg's in place of soy sauce because soy sauce is fermented and it's high in sodium. Bragg's is taken from liquid aminos. It's a vegetable product, just like soy sauce is taken from soybeans. This is taken from vegetables, but it's not fermented like the soybeans are, and it's not as high in sodium. In fact, some people say that they like Bragg's, the flavor of it, better than they like the flavor of soy sauce. So try it sometime, and I know you'll love it. It's really good.
Okay, how much boiling water do we need? A cup, I think. All right, put that in there. And all you do is blend it. Okay. Normally, you'd want to blend it longer than we have blended it today. Usually, you're looking for a really smooth, satiny smooth consistency, and
You blend it for about a minute.
right. And we will pour it in here. Okay.
And you can
put that
pour
off.
this into your any kind of mold that you want, and then what do? You let it set up in the fridge.
And you can let it set up in the fridge, and then you can here show them this.
This is one that we have already pre-made, and we use 2 different types of cheese. We used white cheese, and we use the kind of cheese that we're making here. And I'll just slide it out of here for you, this loaf pan.
Another thing you can do is use it for nachos. It's really good making nachos. You just leave out the Ames and add 2 tablespoons of cornstarch and thicken it up on the stove, and it's really good for nachos.
Ooh, doesn't that look good? And the 2 different colors look so neat. Okay, let's make a sandwich. How's our patties doing?
Oh, let's go get them.
Okay. Thank you very much, Beth, for helping us. You like cooking in the kitchen with your mom, don't you?
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. Menu planning can make your schedule much easier and more exciting. And having your children work with you in the kitchen helps save you time too. And when they get older, they can take over so you can have less work to do. So we'll let you go and put this in the refrigerator. Thank you, Beth.
Don't these look good?
Oh, man, those smell delicious.
Right out of the oven. Oh, yum.
Well, I know what we're having for lunch.
Okay. We'll put our bread down, whole wheat bread.
You know, I think tartar sauce would be good on this recipe. We should make some.
With the fried tofu.
Let's make some, okay?
Okay.
There's also a wonderful mayonnaise recipe in the Benton Sisters cookbook. We also have a great guacamole recipe. You can even make wonderful salad dressings from our cookbook. Like, along with the tartar sauce, we have ranch dressing and Thousand Island dressing. So you have a variety of things to choose from. Let's read the ingredients list to you so you know what is in the recipe. First, we have 1 package of the morinu tofu, soft, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 2 teaspoons of honey, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of parsley, 1/2 teaspoon of Mrs. Dash onion and herb, and 1/2 teaspoon of Mrs. Dash lemon and herb, 1/2 teaspoon of dill weed, 1/2 tablespoon of dried vegetable mix seasoning, 1/2 tablespoon of onions minced, 1/2 tablespoon of black olives minced, 1/2 tablespoon of cucumber minced, and 1/2 tablespoon of red bell pepper minced. Now you're probably wondering why we have lemon and honey in this recipe. Well, regular tartar sauce has sugar in it and vinegar. And since we don't want to have sugar in our food and we don't want to have vinegar in our diet either, we use lemon and honey to replace that. Now when you first make it, you might be able to taste this distinct flavor of lemon and honey, and it might taste a little strange, so you want to make sure it marinates for a couple minutes, well, an hour or maybe the day, and it tastes much better after the flavors are able to blend and marinate together. So how are we coming along with this recipe?
Okay, first ingredient, we're going to use our morinu tofu. And this is firm. We're going to add it to the blender. And we need a little bit of water to go with this, just enough water to blend. And so we'll add some water. Okay, that's good. And then we like to add our vegetable flakes. And some people wonder, oh, well, where do you find those? And they're not that hard to find. You can find them in the grocery store in the regular seasoning section. And we'll add our parsley flakes and all the rest of the seasonings to here. And we'll add our honey. And when you let the flavors marinate in the refrigerator, it tastes really good. You just want to make sure they marinate.
These are such simple recipes that, like we showed Beth was making the cheese fest earlier, any child can make the salad dressings and put the salads together. So when you are planning your menu for the week, think of your children, have them help you, because they need to learn how to have cooking skills, and they have a lot of fun when they work with mom in the kitchen. You want to make working with mom in the kitchen a special time that they can look forward to, and when they know what the menu is ahead of time, they can be motivated and get in right ahead without being even told, and start making recipes to help out as their contribution to the family meal.
Okay, we have all the ingredients in here now, and we just want to blend it up. Okay, this you don't need to blend very long. And we're going to mix in our vegetables. How are you coming along with our minced vegetables?
We're doing pretty good over here.
Okay.
You want to mix them in here?
Let's just stir them into this bowl.
Okay.
We'll pour this in here. This tartar sauce recipe is so delicious.
And I would say that's fat-free. We didn't add any oil to it, did we?
Mm-mm.
We didn't add any milk or any butter or anything that would add more calories to your diet. So that's really good to know, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Now we're going to stir this in. Oh, this is so colorful.
Some people ask us, why have tartar sauce if you can't have fish sticks on this vegetarian diet? But guess what? We have a wonderful fish sticks recipe in our cookbook that I know you'll just love and enjoy.
Okay, let's make a sandwich. Let's put some of this on here. And this is looking better already.
Yum.
While you're putting that sandwich together, I want to talk about what happens when we have fat in our bloodstream. In a small space no bigger than a dot you can make with the end of your pen are 4 million red blood cells. 4 million that never touch because they have a negative charge which repels them against each other. This negative charge is so important because the cells need to carry the maximum amount of oxygen throughout their body to your tissues. When fat is taken into our diet, we coat the membrane of our cells with a thin layer of fat. Now the negative charge is gone. So then they start sticking together, causing agglutination and sluggish blood. And they're not able to carry oxygen throughout your body to your tissues. A cell deprived of oxygen is a cell prone to malignant change. 1 or so more hours when oxygen deprivation is going on, the cells are suffering. And it takes 5 to 6 hours before they can recover. And by then, most people have eaten another fatty meal. So you want to eliminate the fats out of your diet. And can you believe it? We made these wonderful patties from tofu, and we didn't even have to fry them. They really are delicious. So we're almost ready for lunch, aren't we? Put some.
Yum. Looks like a nice lunch meal.
Perfect for a picnic.
Isn't it wonderful to know that you can have a full, complete meal without any added fats to it? Fats transport carcinogens in the bloodstream, and the more fats we eat, the more carcinogens our blood can carry to the different organs of our body. So if you stay away from animal products and eat a lot less refined fats and eat more of the fruits, nuts, grains, and vegetables naturally prepared as God has made them, then you'll have better health. Just take a look at this plate. We even have cheese, a wonderful healthy cheese, 2 kinds that you can eat that is guilt-free without any animal products added. A beautiful salad with lots of color and nutrients. Wonderful sandwich and a nice patty that you can eat it's not even fried and it's good for you too. Want to close with our food for thought for today? We are never alone whether we choose Him or not. He is our companion. Remember, whatever you do, wherever you are, God is there.